This is Black Titanic. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. This is Damon. I'm finna give you what you finna say, Damon.
A mix. So we take it back. I've been really trying, baby. Trying to hold back this feeling for so long. And it you feel like I feel, baby. Come on. Oh, come on. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's love, sugar. Let's get it on. Sugar. Let's get it on. Hey, hey. We're all sensitive people. It's all worth to be. I'm happy, sugar. Since we got to be this late, I love you, baby. Nothing wrong with me, but you, I'm not, yeah, giving your stuff to me, never be wrong. Oh, if your love is true, oh, baby, baby, baby. Ain't nothing but sight inside my hand. When I take it to my pocket, all the money to spend. I think people still coming up with let's ride. Rock the game. But I stick a half kid, I guess I'm dead president. I need money. I used to be a stick-up kid, but now I think of all the devious things I did.
All right. Okay. This is Black Titanic.
You already know.
This is Damon. Damon, introduce yourself. Damon, what's
Peace
your
and
name?
y'all, ladies and gentlemen, so you can see who I am. Damon C. Scott, that's D-A-M-O-N, middle initial C, last name Scott, like the tissue, but I ain't gonna wipe the head.
Okay, I need y'all to get them lights up, okay? Hey, Damon, let me get... Okay, y'all, this is Black Titanic. Hit that like button, share, and subscribe. This is Melody. I was thinking about how Melody put this program together, right? Love and Married Huntsville. She pitched the idea, you guys. And so I was just thinking about how many shows Carlos got from this young lady idea, right? Just imagine that. Melody just shared all her ideals with him, talked to him day and night, pitching her ideals. And her ideas were so great that he decided to execute the show, right, you guys? So let's just listen at Melody. She's just reminiscing on how the show got started. But Melody left because the show was so toxic. She had no protection. The show was too toxic for her own show. Now we sit around as an audience on the sideline.
And when I tell you your storytelling ability, Angela, your professionalism, the way you knew how to bring story to the center, to the front, and make it all just mesh so well with what was happening. I just got to give you your flowers. I got to say that you definitely were behind Love and Marriage Huntsville hitting like it did. And that goes to my first question. Did you think, because you have a show that you executive produced, that's a #1 show on OWN, did you think going back to the sizzle and all of that, right? The interviews, you interviewed everybody. Let's be honest.
Half of the show, guys.
You
before we could bring on Miss Kia. Yes.
Did you think it would be a hit like it became?
Absolutely. I ain't doing nothing that ain't gonna be a hit now.
Period.
And you know, it was instantly. I think I told you guys that was the shortest project
that we took from development, like development meaning meeting y'all, to being on TV. 1 year from shooting the sizzle and then the premiere of the series being announced. That does not happen.
Wow.
Like Styling Hollywood on Netflix, that took 3 years.
Wait, hold on. It took Styling Hollywood 3 years?
1, 2, 3.
From the sizzle development to it.
So I just want to piggyback on what she says now. It was Melody's ideals that she pitched, y'all. The girl had to have skills because they executed. You heard what she said? 1 year to develop that and have it on TV. Yes. Here we go again. They're talking about Melody. And I'm wondering, why is it? Do Melody get any royalties from all? So Melody is talking about how she pitched this idea and how things transpired. She's talking to Miss Angela, one of the producers of Love and Marriage Huntsville from the beginning.
Additionally, despite what people may think, because I've heard all kinds of things, Angela, like, oh, she sold her marriage for a show and she this, that, and the other. Originally, the concept was supposed to be about these Black entrepreneurs doing their thing in Huntsville and how we can come together and make Huntsville better, right? That was the entire idea, the concept originally. But unfortunately, things transpired. And I ain't good with faking it. I'm not good with faking it. Like, people could look back and say, oh, well, you could have just on camera pretended that this wasn't happening and da-da-da-da-da. I would not have been able to do that. So, in the fact that you as an executive producer knew, we got to follow the reality of it.
Well, yeah, and honestly, it wasn't, I don't believe in, we followed it because that's what we do. We follow the reality. But as far as the decision to change the percentage, I can't say that came from, us 100%.
Yeah.
But to your point, no, it's not something you could have faked. That's a traumatic thing happening
in real time.
Feel it. That's what I'm saying. You could feel it, y'all. And and I remember like the interview. I remember the interviews and like the whisper. Yes,
y'all, she's gonna make me cry, but because you were there for all of that. Like, I don't know if y'all understand, but Angela, when I tell y'all, she was there for all of that, for all the emotions. Like, you were there for all of it.
Yeah.
That was a real thing.
And thank you, because not everyone would have allowed us into that. It would have, and and you did. You initially you were like, group gets fractured.
Yeah,
like you said, faking it. I don't want to work with these people. It's hard to. Especially as producers, you're trying to force people to like work together and to work through their differences so that you could come back and work together. But
well, can I ask you a question? I want you to, and I'm looking now, I can ask whatever I want today.
She was Whitney's stylist. Now there, Oprah is being dragged all across the internet that Whitney was high allegedly when she fell one day. So anyway, I think she must have been at Oprah's studio somewhere. But so that's what they're dragging her for. The stylist is saying that Oprah was not high. It was dark. And she tripped and she fell. And then you got the bodyguard too. He was there. He's saying the same thing. So let's listen to her story, her side.
Story, and she said it didn't have anything to do with drugs. It was an accident. So why she came back in 2026 and say something different? She was on a Zoom with Clive Davis. He was raising money for the Grammy something, and she told that story. And she said that it didn't have anything to do with drugs. It was an accident. But So I don't know how that went from that to this.
I couldn't take it. I said, I hit you on your personal life. Like, yo, when you down on here? Yeah.
I'm so happy you won because
But
you
when
were actually there.
I was actually there. I actually put the Band-Aid on the little wound. You know what I mean? I was there when Oprah came in there apologizing. The whole thing. You know what I mean? You hoping that Miss Houston, she's lucky. She's lucky. Got a lot of nerve. That could have been the Whitney Houston own network. Hello? And she know that. Don't. It might kind of make me a little emotional to think about it, because you know what I'm saying? Like, don't come out and make me have to come out my shit up my girl to defend her death about something that's not the right thing.
Walk us through that day, because you said Whitney made sure, because she was revealing her truth, that wasn't nothing.
Right.
Not even give us a wine.
Exactly. It was 2 days. It was 2 days that we were there in Chicago. I remember where we stayed. Because I stayed right next to her until we go. You know what I mean? When we get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, we watch the Miss. Right. In the morning, we watch the Miss. You know, and in the Miss, for those who get up between 3 and 5 know what I'm talking about. We play in those hours. She was like that. I was already like that. Me and her didn't know we was like that. It's just like that. So if I'm in the next room, we take pictures and share pictures about that day.
Oh, they want you to go back to the car tip because you're sounding muffled now.
Okay, how about now? Sorry, y'all. So I can.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that. I can back up. So I was saying that it was a 2-day shoot, you know, and she knew that the world was watching her, and there was nothing that she was doing previously, but to come and tell her honest to God truth about what was going on with her, she did not want to be or appear to be in any kind of way on anything. You know what I mean? So she didn't have let me have a glass of wine because I'm nervous. Wasn't that? She was healing. So I keep telling people she had a public heartbreak. Y'all know what that's like?
Most of us do not, because we ain't never been that public or that famous to go through that.
Let me stop you. It takes out some of my girlfriends that's been with guys 6 months. You know what I'm talking about? So, like, you've been with your husband this whole time, and it's everywhere you go. And it's heartbreaking, you know? So she was going through a heartbreak. So, but for the last 7 years, she was not doing the drugs that people are saying. She was not. And you know, we can go into that. We go back to what we were saying about that day. That day, she woke up in the mist in the morning like we do and pray. And her prayer was, you know, Jehovah, give me the strength to say my truth. No matter how much it sounds bad, sounds nasty, sounds to anybody, this is what happens. And guess what? Worse things have happened to people. I'm just a people. That's how she felt. She said, but I'm going to show them. I don't want to know nothing. Bring me my tea, my lemon. She was ready. She was up in the morning praying between, like I said, those hours of 3 and 5. And like I said, I do that. She did that. We didn't even know till actually we met and we start sharing stuff like, well, you know, in the morning in the mist. And we're like, oh, yeah, the anointed are in the mist. You know what I mean? But so I know specifically that she didn't want to be in any kind of way labeled. You know, so when we did the first show, she told everything. She told everything. She told you guys everything. Bad, good, and ugly. You know what I mean? Everything. We went to dinner that night. We woke up the next day. The next day we did the next shoot. And she looked even better than she did the day before. If you look at the first and then you look at the second.
She looked beautiful both days.
Right, but I mean,
both days.
She didn't perform for you guys until the second day. She didn't perform until the second day, right? Mm-hmm. So the performance I wasn't built to break.
Yeah.
And I think that it was so emotional for her still but she did a hell of a job. You know what I mean? And I can't even imagine how Oprah Winfrey could open her mouth to say this. You can clearly look at her and tell nothing was wrong with Miss Houston. Even the people in the audience. That's why I hope the people in the audience start sharing your pictures. Start sharing your shit. You know what I'm saying? And they let people, but you know, people tend to like just want to tag her because I didn't mean to curse.
because I don't usually curse, but you get to messing with my sister while she resting in peace, and she can't speak by herself. I got to be peace. I was there. We went back to the dressing room, and she, the funny part is when she came out of the hole, it was like, oh, because she's so goofy. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, no, are you okay?
When did she fall? Was it like during the
It was a rehearsal. It was a dress rehearsal. It was a rehearsal. Okay. Yeah, they should have had it roped off. And, she should have said that. And her staff, and don't do that. She's not here. Her daughter's not here. Max is not here. Nick is not here. They all died in the bathroom. I stay far away from everybody because I'm the only one left in the room that has the stories to tell, to negate. Well, I'm not the only one. Pat and them got some stuff. I'm glad Pat spoke up.
Yeah.
So everybody can bring it to a narrative to say, yo, so that they don't just think my girl was doing drugs the last 7 years of her life. She was not. That's not who she was. She was trying another something else. And that was Jehovah. And that was getting back to her singing and trying to get her, what part of this entertainment? She can't leave entertainment.
Right.
So, this is Miss Tiffany Dixon, y'all. This was her stylist. She went everywhere with Whitney. So Whitney was trying to clean her life up, you guys. So anyhow, that is a sad story. Oh yeah, you guys. So now we're going to have Mr. Ray. Now, Mr. Ray was a bodyguard of Whitney Houston. He went everywhere with her. I never heard of him, but he seemed so passionate when he talk about her, you guys. But the reason I got Clyde Davis over there, well, Clyde Davis made a lot of money off of Whitney, y'all. But anyway, when she passed, I did not like the way he treated her. Do y'all know it was a party going on downstairs while Whitney was floating around upstairs? You guys, how could she? How could they do that? Okay, Mr. Bodyguard. Now I was just trying to be mean, but where were you that day she passed? So this such a mysterious passing, so sudden and so mysterious the way she passed, and then her daughter passed in a similar way. But the fans are dragging Oprah. They don't like y'all. Know y'all can't come for the queen. The girl next door, that's all Whitney was. She was so down to earth, y'all. I live in Atlanta, and if you see her, she is just down to earth. Her and Bobby just remind you of your friends. But let's just see what Kissnet said. Oh, when he said, "My sister gone," damn, he's talking about the passion that Mr. Ray had when he was talking about Whitney, y'all. He called her Nippy. And guess who else called Whitney Nippy? Her mother, you guys. But he said, "My sister gone down." And then he said something like, rest in peace. For real, rest in peace, Nippy. Oprah is a deplorable snake. Now, I just want to say this is not my words. All things allegedly and fair use. Now, who is this? Paul Persin said, "Let Whitney rest in peace." Yes, Paul, let her rest in peace. Leave that woman alone. How many years ago? 17, 18 years ago. How many years ago it's been since she passed, y'all? Let that woman did a whole lot of great things on this earth, and that's what we should remember her by. Now, she had an addiction. She was trying to heal from it. Like you heard what her stylist said, the people with her, the last 7 years of her life, she was not on drugs. And if I remember what that toxicology report said, it didn't reveal no drugs in Nippy's bloodstream. Now, allegedly, I can't remember, but that's my recollection about the blood work. Now, Angel come back and say, "Dear Lord, Whitney died so many years ago." Yes, she did, didn't she, girl? They need to just let her rest in peace. Oprah, you are ridiculous. So these fans are going on. They are dragging Oprah over the internet. Some people are saying, "Oprah, you never did come out and say anything about Clyde Davis' dark personality, Oprah." They were saying, "Oprah, you never even said anything about this Wishnet Einstein guy that we see you taking pictures with, Oprah." I'm just saying, I'm just repeating what the subscribers are saying. But hit that like button, share and subscribe. Now y'all listen to Mr. Ray. Mr. Ray looked like he would just really loved her as a person or a daughter or something, because he looked like he was 70 plus, so he was a lot older than Whitney. I imagine he was like an uncle or a father figure to Whitney.
TMZ exclusively that while Whitney did fall, it wasn't because she was high. Instead, they say the sound check took place in a dark theater and Whitney was unfamiliar with the stage layout. Joining us now with his first-hand account of what happened that day is Whitney's bodyguard at the time, Ray Watson. Welcome, Ray. Ray, you were there the day that Whitney Houston fell off the stage during the sound check at Oprah's show. Take us back to that day. What happened?
I don't know whether it was a sound check or they was actually doing I can't remember exactly when she fell. But she was coming toward the front of the stage, and it's a drop off and it's sort of like a dark spot there. So when she got to the edge, I think somebody told her, "What? Be careful, watch it." And then she went down. But so we got to her, but she got up. Matter of fact, she made fun about it.
What did she say when she was making fun about it?
She was just laughing. She said, "I didn't see that." She said, "I didn't even see that." I said, "That's obvious. You didn't see it." And so we was making sure she was all right. But she finished doing what she was doing.
How close were you physically to the stage when she fell?
Well, I was behind the I don't know what you call it, media room or what, but a lot of action was going on back there as far as sitting everything up and just in doing that and just in doing this. Oprah's people, that is. And but we were not too far from her.
What was your immediate reaction when she fell off the stage?
I just went, "Damn." I mean, I felt responsible in a way. I don't know. I just felt responsible because she was my principal, and for that to happen, But thank God she was okay. Like I said, they laughed about it later on, or they did. I didn't. I don't cherish too much of that kind of stuff.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
That's right, y'all.
That's right.
Go ahead.
What your name is? What your name is?